Yo, what up 2K fans, it's your boy Venice. Today we're gonna take a deep dive into this year's MyPlayer builder. Now that the game has been out for a couple months, we know the ins and outs of the MyPlayer builder, especially me because I spent a whole lot of time in this builder trying to figure out the best builds or trying to replicate NBA players. Now this builder is very complex from what it was before in past 2Ks. And the first thing you actually want to work on before diving into this builder and trying to make your own build is your mentality going into it. In past 2Ks, you used to think to yourself, alright, I'm gonna make this type of player, what can he actually do? Now this year the way you want to look at it is, I want my player to be able to do this, this and this. Now how do I tweak it and go out of my way to actually making a player that can fit all my criteria? Because this builder is so complex, you can literally make pretty much any build you would think that is possible in a 2K. So we're just gonna walk into this builder together, actually make a build and just see what you want to look at when you're trying to make the perfect build to fit your playstyle in terms of height, in terms of weight, in terms of attributes, badges, thresholds, what you want to take into consideration when making a build to get it to the best of your capability. Now let's start with position. Positions, they don't affect badge count or attributes. Attributes are really determined by your height, your weight, your wingspan, all the physical metrics that you will input into your player. Position will just allow you to unlock different height caps. So let's go small forward for this example. Handedness does not affect your MyPlayer build, and jersey number doesn't either. Now height, there's a couple height thresholds that you want to consider when making a build. For example, 6'4" and under gets the quickest jump shots in the game. 6'10" and over gets the slowest jump shot in the game. So pretty much 6'5" all the way through 6'9" will get the basic jump shot speeds. Some dribble moves are also locked at 6'10", some dribble moves you unlock at 6'4". So these are all things you want to consider when choosing your player's height. And you also want to look right at the attributes, because this is going to be huge in terms of what you can upgrade and what you can't. So let's go 6'7", just so we make a nice well-rounded build. Now let's play around with the weight a little bit. As you can see, you've got a pretty large margin of weight that you can actually play around with. Let's say you want to keep an 80 speed with an 80 XL, you would lower this down all the way to 185. And since you get both of the criteria you put up for your speed, so 80 XL, 80 speed, just don't go any under, because now you're losing strength, you're losing interior defense. So as soon as you hit some type of criteria that you put your player through, just stop right there, play around with limits, because the best builds in the game are created with this in mind. Now let's take a look at speed with ball. If let's say 74 speed with ball, which would be 225 pounds, let's just take a look at the badges that this attribute gives you. And triple threat juke, 77 for gold and 87 for Hall of Fame. So let's play around with triple threat juke. Let's say I wanted gold, so 76 speed with ball is what I need for this badge to go to gold. So we're gonna put ourselves in a position to get 76 speed with ball without actually going any lower than that, because you're gonna lose out on some nice strength, some nice interior defense. So let's say 76 speed with ball is all we want to get this gold triple threat. Let's put this up, and as you can see, we just unlocked gold triple threat juke, but we still have the most amount of strength that you can get while also having gold triple threat juke. So that's how you want to play around with all these attributes. Just find the sweet spot where you keep the most out of your player, but by still unlocking key badges. So let's look at wingspan. Wingspan affects a lot of things in this game. So let's say I wanted a 85 ball handling with this build. I would have to lower this thing all the way down to 610, because ball handling is pretty important in terms of sweet spots, because you unlock some nice animations at certain thresholds. So 75, 80, 85, all these key numbers unlock different dribble moves. So let's continue with this build. We're getting this gold triple threat and pro dribble moves. So just by adjusting and playing around with our weight and wingspan, we can actually come up with some pretty decent strategies in terms of what we want to do with this build. So this build gets gold triple threat Yooo with all the dribble moves in the game, while also being the stronger possible and having the longest wingspan that you can have, while still getting 85 ball handling. So that's really how you want to look at this builder, because the best builds are born from limits, thresholds, sweet spots like that. Let's say driving layup. If you want to be able to lay the ball up at a high rate, but you don't want to be spending all of your MyPlayer skill points into it, a 70 driving layup will get you the long athlete layup package, which is a great package for overall layup finishes. So you might want to just keep it at a 70, get that sweet spot, get your layup package, and don't touch layup anymore. Now driving dunk, important thresholds are obviously 80, 75, 70, you unlock some nice dunks, but 84 will get you pro contact dunks, and 92 will unlock you the elite contact dunks. You really just want to play around with badges, play around with attributes, and just find sweet spots in terms of what works the best for your build. There's another little secret that's pretty hidden in this builder. Let's say I max out close shot at a 99. See this grace under pressure badge, for instance? If I put my close shot at a 95, I get Hall of Fame grace under pressure, but it will cost you 6 badge points, and if you put it to a 96, it'll actually cost you 5. So when you want to be very elite into an attribute, you might want to consider going all in and spending the extra attribute points to save on badge points. This is a thing that pretty much nobody knows in the community, because it's pretty hidden, it's pretty hard to find. But as you can see, this grace under pressure badge lowers in badge points cost if I go one attribute higher. So it's just nice little details like that that makes this builder so complex. So now with this information in mind, make sure you spend some time in this builder, work it in and out, spend hours labbing, trying to create the perfect build, play around with sweet spots, play around with limits, and don't be scared to start from scratch. If you realize that you had forgotten something, it doesn't hurt to just start over again, and I'm pretty sure if you spend the time in this builder, you can actually make your dream build. This builder is amazing. It is, in my opinion, the best of all time of any 2K. So make sure you spend the time in this builder, study it good, and take notes while you make your builds. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.